It's Monday, and you know what that means? It's time for God of High School. Well, this episode was honestly just a brag from them. Here's what I'm capable of, here's what we're gonna do, and where this series is gonna go. And I gotta say, I'm very excited about the future of God of High School from what I've seen in this episode. Hopefully, they keep the quality and the content. From what I've heard, it's there, but it's now on up to Crunchyroll to keep it up. So let's get into this episode and see what exactly happened. Now, this episode mainly had two big events: the tournament and the fight at Q's apartment or house. Now, let's first talk about the tournament and then get into the Q side of things, where honestly that was the better side of the episode. So let's see about the tournament. As you guys remember, the tournament is now team based. So a team is formed out of 3 people and you have to win 2 out of 3. So best out of 3. Now, the first round is Jin versus Nagidong. And Jin honestly lost because of his own clumsiness, so to say. You guys remember, he's being trained by one of the 6, the old guy, the master of park. And he tried to do this new technique where using pressure points you increase your power. But he hit the wrong pressure points and he paralyzed himself. He couldn't move. So took advantage and actually pummeled him. Won the round pretty easily. You see Jin getting treated with the nanomachine by the nurse. Wink wink. Kinda like the nurse, honestly. Now, this kind of forced our main character's team win both next 2 fights. But honestly, Jin reminds me a bit of Luffy with the goofy stuff he does and how he is. Also, I'm glad they keep adding Chibi Jin. I love his reactions and everything, and the way they make characters chibi, especially Jin. I gotta say with that, please keep it up. It's very funny, at least for me. I like it. So, second round is Pum versus Han. Pum is Na's brother. And we get a bit of backstory for all 3 of them. Now, Pum and Na are brothers. And Pum seems to be the older one in the tournament. Like, he's 38 years old. And he's trying to get his high school diploma again to finish high school. And students are laughing at him because he's old and trying to get his high school diploma again. And this is how he meets also our third team member, Jang Jajami. I'm thinking about Kakegurui, the main character's name. I'm sorry, I have an issue with name if I'm mispronouncing names, as you guys well know. So, Pum seems to be very hardworking, especially his fighting style has the best name, and we'll get to that. He's a construction worker and trying to get his to finish his high school. Now, like I said, people are laughing at him, but he's still trying his best. And we see Jang, the girl, is also doesn't like him, so to say, at the beginning, but she loses a kendo fight against another student. And she gets comforted by Pum. And from then, I think they form a connection. You see her even helping him with his studies and so on. And getting influenced by him on not giving up on yourself. I really like that. And honestly, that's a very good lesson from God of High School in general. Just don't give up on yourself. Fight for you and for what you care. And I have to say, I like this team. Hopefully we get to see them more a bit, even as side characters. Now, as for the fight with Pum versus Han, Pum seems to be very strong, like physically strong, and doesn't give up. That's his team. Han still wins, again with his Azure hit. Very nicely animated and the choreography. But man, oh man. It seems they're gonna need a big power up, honestly. The contestants now are getting stronger and stronger. Especially in the first round. They won mainly because they were more skilled. But if they're gonna encounter somebody with actual powers and even better skills, they're gonna have a hard time. Now, the third round is Jang versus Mira. Mira has the better skill, even admitted by Jang in swordsmanship. But Mira still wins, thanks to her skill this time. Now, Jang also had a power to make a big ass sword, but she didn't have the skill to properly use it. Mira, of course, like I said, she won, but if Jang had the skill also in swordsmanship and the power at the same time, Mira would have lost, honestly. So, all of Jin lost because of his own clumsiness. An won because of his skill, honestly. Just pure skill in this encounter. Mira won also just because of pure skill. Now, I really think they need their training more since it started the last episode. But this episode is more showcase, so to say, more emphasize that the opponents are gonna be stronger and stronger. And even in the later part of the episode, which I'm gonna get there, seems they're gonna be the main villains of this part of the tournament besides the Nox guys. We'll see how they're gonna win, because if they don't get a big power up, I don't see them winning. As for the second part of the episode, so to say, part of the story, you guys remember Nox Assassin killed our announcer. Man, I really like that guy. I'm actually a bit sad he died. And I thought last episode he also killed Q, the commissioner, the guy that fought Jin. The first one that actually used the stand powers or Cheriok. And I thought he was dead. But apparently he's not dead, and he starts coming back and fighting against the assassin. And he's winning, but their fight also gets interrupted by two new characters, two priests from Nox. And since they're priests, I'm gonna get more confirmation that Nox is a cult or a religious organization, so to say, because of their ranking system. This guy seems to be a disciple, the assassin. And since these two are priests, and he got pretty scared when they came, yes, a religious organization. Now, all of them, Q, this assassin, the two priests, seem to have this power and stand power, and they start fighting. Q has his Joker with the sight, and he can throw cards and create more blades, it seems. Very useful. I don't know if this was his upper limit of power from what he showed this episode, but he's probably one of the strongest characters we've seen so far. Now, for the priests, one of them had black angel wings, he could fly. Beyond that, he didn't seem very strong, honestly. As for the second one, the girl with the lollipop, which I really liked her design. She had a rider looking stand, so to say, from Fate series. Looked very similar to Ryder, even with the ball gag. Now, she also seemed to be able to fire lasers from her hands and something like that. Now, I was thinking that Kyo was gonna get overwhelmed and actually lose, but he gets saved or supported by, in this case, our white-haired commissioner. And I think this guy might be the stronger commissioner from what we've seen so far, granted. His stand is a freaking dragon, like big as the building they were in, just all the way around the building. Okay, it's getting better and better now. He actually eats one of the other powers. Just completely consumes it. He doesn't even care. Just seems like that. Yeah, that's usual for me. I can do that. Nothing out of the ordinary. No, the priests also make an escape, but they're very badly wounded, especially the girl. As for the assassin guy, stays behind. Seems to have regenerative powers, but Q doesn't care and starts pummeling him. Hopefully they're gonna get some actual information from this assassin guy. I really forgot his name, honestly. So I'm gonna keep referring to him assassin or generic assassin. Too bad for Q, because when they were fighting, I forgot to mention, he removed his limiter. And according to O, it's not allowed, and you're gonna get another 3 months of payment cut. Poor guy, this is his second one, now he's at 6 months payment cut. And I love his reactions every time he gets a punishment. He's gonna be, pretty soon he's gonna be working for free if this keeps up. Come on, pay Q, he's doing his job, even though he lets his feelings take control over him at some points. Now we see that from Park is getting another debriefing, so to say, from his assistant. That Jin's grandfather got wounded. He actually lost an arm and he was taken somewhere. I'm gonna say the Nox guy have him and are keeping him hostage or are trying to get something out of him besides just wounding him or killing him. My bad. And there seems to be a traitor. Somebody's leaking information because the addresses of the commissioners were supposed to be secret. So, who's the traitor in this case? Is it one of the commissioners? Is it one of the 6 maybe? Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. I think it might actually be one of the 6, but I don't know if they have access to the addresses. Maybe. I'm actually curious who is it gonna turn out to be. We'll see. Now, in the last part of the episode, you guys remember the 2 characters we met last week, Jegal and Jeon, actually start fighting. Now we see Jegal is completely overpowered, honestly. I don't know why his power works the way it does. Because Jeon tried to channel a fireball, he seemed like the sorcerer type, but he got completely obliterated. Actually, a big shark with spikes came and ate him. Just out of nowhere. That's Jegal's stand. But one thing I didn't like, since Jeon got eaten like completely and you can see the blood spurting everywhere, somehow Jeon survived and he had a minor wound on the stomach. Like, that looked way more serious than just a stab wound. I don't know the consistency of that, but hey, I'll let it slide for this time. Hopefully they can do it better next time. He tried fighting back, used the lightning attack, but Jegal just, get that out of here. No, I don't care. I think this guy might be the one in the final to beat, like the top dog, the villain of this part of the tournament. But honestly, how our characters are now, like I said, I don't see them winning against future opponents, and especially Jegal seems to be a bit overpowered. Hopefully their training pays off and they start awakening their own powers. But this episode overall was amazing. The fights were great, especially at Q's house. Poor guy also getting a pay cut, now has to fix his house. Nothing works out for him. And is he gonna get a medical bill also for everything he had to go through? Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you again on the next one. Have a good one and enjoy God of High School. Bye bye.